Okay, well, Ramadan has kicked off for me. This is a video. A lot of you all are still in all-season training and don't have to fast. So I'm going to show you how to build a relatively big back. I say relatively because I feel like my back is too small. So take the advice I give and please apply it to your own situation. So with back today, or last week rather, when this was filmed, this is a single arm lat pull down. So this is emphasizing lat development, right? So here's the thing when it comes to pull downs. We incorrectly go ahead and label pull downs as lat pull downs, but rarely do they involve or fully involve the lat, right? What they should be called is upper back pull downs. With this variation, with your rowing knee on the bench and you crunching your abs down and making sure that you keep your elbow very close and stopping around about center line of your body, you maximally contract the lat. All right, you bias the lat so it can receive pretty much all of the work. Now, a couple of tips that I want to give you guys with this exercise, because it can be butchered quite a bit, is that you don't want to lean back while you're doing this, right? So see how I'm kind of crunched over. I'm actively bracing my abs. I'm actively crunching down on my abs, and I am pulling to the center line of my body. Anything beyond that doesn't help out with extra contraction, like a lot of people do or have done back in the past. So I'm pulling to the center line of my body. I'm keeping my abs contracted. I am not leaning back to try and pull the weight. The reason for that is that you will then shift it from the lat to the upper back, and we don't want that. We want this to be a lat emphasized movement. We want our lats to pop on these. We want our lats to also be maximally stimulated. So this is a good exercise to do that, I feel. If you're having trouble connecting, pulling it from overhead, you can also do a variation where you're going to do essentially the same execution, but you're going to have the cable out in front of you and you're going to pull it to the center line of your body. I will next time I do back, I'll probably end up demonstrating that and putting that on my IG. But that's a good lat builder as well if you can't connect with the movement doing it from an overhead position. Back is hard to connect with, so you have to be able to find those movements that you connect with the best. So don't feel that if you can't connect with this movement, it's an end all be all. Keep practicing, keep trying, keep looking at coaching cues. For me, Coach Cassim and a few other people like Kubasian, they do a pretty good job of emphasizing how to do this back workout. I know Chris Edmonds recently posted a video of him doing this exercise as well. So don't feel bad if you're not connecting with it at first like you should be. It happens, it's a work in progress, but you keep moving forward. So for the next exercise it's a Chris Edmonds special that I picked up from him not too long ago. It's this hammer low row supersetted with the one arm dumbbell row. This is another lat emphasis movement, but it's also an upper back movement as well because it's a dumbbell row. So I'm going to explain that. The low row, the hammer low row, when you do it standing up and you pull to the center line of your body, maybe a little bit past for this particular exercise, that does work the lat. Not a whole lot of upper back in that movement. But when you move on to dumbbell rows, that is an upper back movement. Now, with dumbbell rows, you can hit the lat, but what you want to do is that elbow positioning is key. Like I said, elbow position, you want it close to your body for the overhead single arm pull down. You also want the dumbbell row, the elbow to basically, again, drive into that hip. With the hammer low row, same thing. except you're going to use your bracing leg that's going to be on the same side as you row. Excuse me. That's going to be on the same side as you row. So you want to try to get as good a stretch as possible. You don't want to overextend the stretch because you don't want to torque your body. You want to kind of keep it in a straight line. And then you just want to pull the elbow back. Just focus. Elbow back, elbow back. And you want to kind of crunch down on the lat when you pull it back. So those are some good coaching cues that I use. The beauty of a superset is that you can combine these two movements that are almost similar in movement pattern, and you can combine them and then just get a really nasty, crazy pump from both of them. I don't do supersets often, so when I do a sequence of exercise to make a superset, I'm looking at the most high impact movements that I can do. This was one of those high impact movements that I could do. The hammer low row is a notoriously hard to find piece, but it's also criminally underrated in that it just really builds up your lats. And then what can be said for the one arm dumbbell row in the fact that a lot of people don't do them. In my opinion, it's probably one of the best back builders out there. If you can get really strong on it for some reps, you can build you a respectable back that you can be proud of and actually showcase on stage or in a tank top or whatever. So moving on. This is a heavy piece of equipment. This is the Arsenal Strength T-bar row. This is probably one of my favorite pieces, favorite back pieces of all time, besides the Nebula and Cybex bent over row. Just standard sets and reps here. But on the last set, I did a drop set. So why do a drop set? What are you trying to prove? What are you trying to get out? I'm trying to eke out everything that I could out of this particular back session before the deload video that I posted yesterday. So as it stands right now, I'm actively in a deload and going to go into a systemic priming phase, getting me ready for the next phase of gains, which will probably be done in a caloric deficit. Well, that'll be talked about in a future video. I like drop sets because you get a little bit more caloric expenditure. You get to extend the muscle past failure. Just a little bit of a note on failure for bent over rows. It's not optimal to do it. I'm not the biggest fan. But if some of you are going to do it, just please be careful. Wear a belt and just strap in for some hard hitting pain, because it's going to happen. Good pain, not bad pain. Last sequence here, another superset, 2 supersets in the same workout. This was definitely something where I was in my bag. Low rows on the hammer strength, and then superset that with upper back rows. I feel this is a great upper back builder. If you notice how my elbows are moving and what's engaging in the movement, the low row is an upper back movement. It's not really a lat movement. So for all you competitive benchers out there that need to put muscle on your back, one arm dumbbell rows and this superset over time, done progressively heavier, 4 reps, will actually put a lot of muscle on your back where you'll be able to contract your back and be able to handle the heavy load in the bench press. Bench press does involve the entire body, but especially upper back. So for my bench only guys, for my power lifters, this is a great superset that I think you guys should use. That's all I got for today. I got more content coming, so please like and subscribe to the channel. And I'm glad that you guys do follow my content and enjoy what I put out. Thanks, guys.